Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of today, April 8th, Sunday, April 8th through Saturday, April 14th. I will begin with an opening message from my Journey of Love Oracle by Alana Fairchild, Razuli, and Richard Cohen. So the three of them in partnership. And the first card, that came out as the overall energy, which I think is very appropriate because on Wednesday, there is a beautiful transit between Venus and all this blue, this air, and Mars, her counterpart Mars. They come together indeed on Wednesday. So also on Saturday, more of this red and blue from a different perspective. Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, converges with Pluto, ruler of Scorpio, on Saturday. That too will be favorable. So I think that has a lot to do with this come together and the reason that this came out as our overall message. So I'm going to begin with it. You and another soul are coming together into each other's worlds. It is karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness that is sexual. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning self-esteem or courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps to move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance that you are going to be moved by love. Whether it's long-term or fast and furious, it is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is and don't try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as do you. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. So something is coming, some love in some form of another being, another soul, that we are to go with the flow, allow it to be organic, and allow it to happen. Whether it turns out to be a friendship or a romantic partnership that is short-term, that is long-term, that is purely sexual and is over, whatever it is, and it will be a gift, says the cards. So on that note, I'm also beginning with gift with this deck. The Ace of Water, which indicates reconciliation or a new coming together, a new start that brings emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy. With this deck, I am beginning with reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And with this one, I'm beginning with Justice. Major Arcana card, Justice, number 8. 8's often about karma, if not justice themselves. Abundance in all forms, including love. So that's the beginning energy of the whole reading. Reconciliation, joy, happiness, relationship, coming together, maybe in a new partnership, of at least a friendship that brings you emotional fulfillment and happiness. With that, I'm going to do a spread from the perspective of the divine masculine right after I do the dice. Again, beginning with the Ace of Water, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home, but the relationship itself can be the home, in my opinion. With the dice, I'm beginning with yes. Romantic dinner. And a drink as well, cocktail. Spirit says email. So maybe Uranus coming into play and or Aquarius, which it rules, and electronic communication. Or maybe that's just Mercury, ruler of all communication in any form, electronic and otherwise. And it's retrograde, prompting us to send someone an email. Maybe with regard to a romantic dinner and or spiritual partnership. Ace of Water, falling in love with the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. Opening to the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Like, don't let this pass you by. Ace of Water. The opportunity may be with a King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic is the King of Fire. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. The King of Fire is the divine masculine of the tarot, but can be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Again, Mars, ruler of Aries and Scorpio, in transit with Venus on Wednesday. Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, in transit with Pluto, the other ruler of Scorpio, on Saturday. Ace of Water. And the Dreamer with Archangel Metatron in this deck. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams that lead to unexpected opportunities. In this deck in particular, this card represents the planet Mercury for me. The Dreamer is the Fool in the traditional tarot. All about a divine, like, new path that you've been put on. You've never been on this path before, never walked it before. And it's just like purely faith that you've been guided there and you're going to do it. You're going to go for it. Again, represents planet Mercury for me, ruler of Gemini and Virgo, which is Mercury, which is retrograde right now in Aries. Ace of Water, and one more, and it's back to the King of Fire. So on that note, definitely I will cut. Again, the King of Fire is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. He is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, and this week he is additionally perhaps representing the planet Jupiter and or Mars. Both involved with Scorpio. Again, Mars, a co-ruler of Scorpio, so here opposite the Ace of Water, and Jupiter, which is retrograde in Scorpio right now. And it's the Moon with Archangel Haniel, which represents the sign of Pisces, so we're still in that water. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. It goes part and parcel with the brand new path, with the Fool, right? Don't let anything prevent you. Don't let anything cause you to miss the opportunity and be the Four of Cups. Take the leap. And when I say anything, that includes your fear or the unknown. You don't have to know everything. That's why they call it faith and a leap of faith. Just jump. And very nice. Speaking of Scorpio, the overall energy is the King of Water, who's trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured, and was at the heart of the matter in the general reading. So here we are in the love reading. He is the overall energy. The King of Water, again, is a Scorpio, a Pisces, Cancer, or somebody likened to those traits or attributes. He is open-hearted, and he opens his heart and mind and guides you to do the same to those around you. Also, you may experience or receive trustworthy and heartfelt advice or participate in some charity work, which to me is love. Charity work means giving of yourself freely. That's love. The King of Water is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured, and that's why he does these things. The feminine about herself. The masculine about the feminine this week. Himself and the union as a whole. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine to do toward the union this week, what he himself is willing to, what the universe would have the two do, and the outcome. Feminine, strength, again, represents the sign of Leo. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, instead exercise some forgiveness and compassion. So drawing on the strength of the universe, the karmic strength of the universe, maybe specifically as it relates to partnerships, 11 equals 2 partnerships this week, so that we can exercise that forgiveness and compassion, beginning with ourselves, self-love, self-forgiveness, and then moving on to others who we feel have wronged us, or maybe didn't commit their full 50% to the partnership, and want to share how we feel about that. We have the strength to do that this week in a compassionate way, right? How tone and how we come off is important. And during Mercury retrograde, communications, tend to go left. They can fail. But this week, we've got that sort of under control. Feminine. The masculine about the feminine. Queen of Earth, very nice, thoughtful, creative, warm and sensible. You know why it's particularly very nice? Because Venus, again, which I said, comes through on Wednesday and enters a very favorable transit with her counterpart as it relates to love, Mars. And as it relates to archetypes too, femininity versus masculinity. That would be Venus and Mars, the representation. Well, Venus is in Taurus, which she rules. The Queen of Earth is indeed a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or someone like into those traits or attributes. Could be a very successful woman. Could be a woman that's really just worthy and deserving of the abundance that Venus, can bestow upon us. And that is how the masculine is viewing her this week. Worthy, deserving, expensive, valuable, thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So the masculine also being guided to use some compassion and asking us to do the same. But we're on that same wavelength already with having chosen strength, or our collective, the feminine collective higher self having chosen strength as our card this week. The masculine as it relates to himself. The Page of Water. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly is the Page of Water. Page of Water is also about making an offer of love. Could be contact, maybe that email, some other sort of communication, a date, right? Maybe the romantic dinner, the cocktail. Page of Water is intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. He may be younger than you, or you may be younger than him. Like there could be some kind of stark age difference. Very likely a Pisces, if you ask me, but can be a Cancer or a Scorpio, if he's a direct water sign. And if he's not a water sign, he's just somebody who it would be receptive to an offer of love and is willing to make one as well. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase, and there are heightened psychic abilities that come with this card as well. So paying attention to our intuition as it relates to all these decisions, in addition to everything else I've said. The union as a whole, from the perspective of the masculine this week, the star, which does connect to email. The star represents the planet Uranus and the sign of Aquarius. Dreams, prayers, wishes, goals, all of that coming true, being manifested, coming to fruition. This could be this week because of Jupiter helping us. Again, planet of karma or justice, right? 8, we deserve it. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. Overall, the 9 of Water, which has the same meanings, right? So we are doubly receiving this energy of wishes granted, prayers answered, dreams come true, right? Your wish comes true, concerns fade away. You have a love of life. And it's here crossing, of course, the other card of that nature, which is stronger, the star. Star also very karmic in that it's like very much of the universe. Similar to Temperance. And they both have this water bearer on them pouring out vessels of water. Similar to Temperance, the star is about like being restored, being made whole, receiving that kind of the healing energy that you need to do that from the universe. What would the masculine have the feminine do this week toward the union? Is the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts, to just be open and receptive and ready for a brand new divine beginning. Maybe bestowed upon them by Venus. Maybe bestowed upon them by the convergence of Venus and Mars together. in that favorable transit on Wednesday. Mars, again, co-ruler of Scorpio. That could be why the Page of Water is here. Venus and Mars. Very easily and truthfully represented by the Queen of Earth and the Page of Water. What's the masculine willing to do? The Knight of Air. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless is the Knight of Air. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. The Knight of Air may be a Gemini, a Libra, speaking of justice, an 8, or an Aquarius, speaking of wishes come true, dreams come true. Could be Venus herself in her other capacity as the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Air. She can be the Knight of Air too. Could be Mercury, again, co-ruler of Gemini to Venus. Venus is our other ruler. Expect something sudden. Maybe there's been stagnance, right? Situation has not been moving forward or backward for that matter. It has not been moving, period. It's been stagnant. All of a sudden, Knight of Air energy, maybe again, Venus, maybe Mercury, propelling you forward. What would the universe have the 2 do? Communicate and know that things are going on in the background and trust that things are going on in the background, that there is movement. Again, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over. Many things are happening at once. Sitting here, this 8, atop this 8, very clearly instruction from the universe for communication. And these 2 8s sitting here atop the Knight of Air, which again could be Mercury, ruler of all communication. And ruler essentially of movement as it relates to travel. Boom. Outcome. 3 of Fire. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. We put that 3rd stake in the ground. That's the result of all of this. From the perspective of the divine masculine higher self this week, I'd say he's got plans. From the perspective of the universe, beginning with gifts and opening to communication. This in itself can be a gift. Again, where something was stagnant, the universe comes through to propel this. Maybe specifically Mercury, ruler of communication. Also Mercury in Aries. This can be some literal gifts for some Aries people. Happy birthday to you guys. And maybe communication in that regard. Maybe you haven't spoken to somebody, but they use your birthday as an excuse to finally contact you. Also, the heightened intuition that we are promised by the Page, as well as the Ace of Water that we've seen. That's gifts as well. And opening to money. There's that energy of Venus and her capacity as the Queen of Earth. This is the Ace of Earth that we saw. This is the value, the worthiness, the deservingness. This can also represent Earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. In that regard, it can also represent Mars again, not just Venus, but the Earth, because again, Mars is in Capricorn right now. Gifts and fun times. Opposite the gifts, it could be the opportunity to be social. Again, perhaps a birthday celebration or any kind of celebration, just celebrating life, getting together. Fun times. I'll go one more and it's Beauty Queen. This more Venus, the planet of love, popularity, abundance, like all things awesome, basically. Opposite the fun time, this is like getting out into the world, again, being social, perhaps for a change. Beauty Queen, I'm going to cut. Beauty Queen is very Empress for me too. So it's like also about new beginnings and can be connected to Venus in that sense, and Libra, Gemini, and Taurus in that regard too. And it's the triangle. So we just ended on the 3 of Fire with the other spread. And I only focused on the 3rd stake going in the ground. I didn't mention The potential of party of three still lingering, but here it is. Overall energy is mature man, which again can be Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, because this card also represents Mars for me. Again, Mars, ruler of Aries and Scorpio, mature signs, by the way, too. Unlike mine, for example, Gemini or Pisces or Sagittarius or Virgo, immature. Those would be immature signs. Capricorn and Scorpio, Aries, mature. But also, the Emperor is that authoritative, sometimes overbearing, masculine, father-like energy that can also come from not only Mars, but the zodiacs that it rules, Aries and Scorpio, and also Capricorn. Divine couple. Recent past. Near future. Masculine's higher self. Blocks to the union. What the feminine can do. What the masculine can do. Further advice from the universe and the outcome. Divine couple. Money. So again, the value, the deservingness of both parties, the worth of both parties, and this energy of Earth, which can be coming from Venus, ruler of Taurus, where she currently sits, or can be coming from her counterpart, Mars, who sits in Capricorn and converges with her this Wednesday. The recent past, union, the energy of union, coming together, just like our opening message. Even if this hasn't manifested in your physical, this is the energy, the recent energy coming together of two souls. It could be of their coming together too. The near future. New love, new beginnings. Just like I said, the Empress represents that beauty queen, that ace of water that we started with. New love, new start. The ace of earth that showed up in the previous spread as well, that the masculine chose for the feminine. Masculine's higher self. Friendship. There's the ring too, from the union. And also this yellow. Some of us may want to, in meditation, focus on solar plexus too, with all this yellow coming through here. Uriel, whose name means God's light, would be the archangel, sort of patron of the solar plexus. So you may want to, those of you who like to work with archangels may want to work with him specifically too. Uriel, God's light. And the masculine in this very retrograde kind of place where we want to go back and to our friendships and things that are nostalgic to us and with which we grew up, and mend fences and relationships and things, but also some that we want to be more than just a friendship. With this ring here, maybe some that were more than just a friendship in the past, we want to renew that, or some that we want to finally change from just friend to some sort of union and new love. Blocks to that gossip. This could be the third party, still in somebody's ear, yours, the potential partners, people, those around you, people still talking shit. This yesterday, it was sort of random, came into my head. Blessed are those that are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Theirs is the kingdom of God. And it's sort of like that sort of thing, like the people that are still, they're just haters for no reason, but they're expected. because of your light. Because of your light. I just talked about God's light and Uriel and all this yellow. Because of your light, they're expected this energy. Just be mindful of that. That's the block. And certainly yourself, don't participate in any of this gossip, on either side. What can the feminine do, though? Work. This is more that earth energy. So putting effort into what you want to reap, the abundance that you want to sow. And also this very representative of that Queen of Earth energy. And being committed and warm and compassionate in your movements while handling business at the same time. And the masculine, what can he do? Draw on that energy of the star and Uranus and Aquarius and break away from bullshit and drama and people that are not really his friends. Right, seeking freedom instead to find and have new love. He's got to break away from these people. Again, this could be the party of three too. And parties of three come in different forms. They can be friends. Sometimes when you have more than one party of three, they can be friends. They can be, another romantic partner. They can be a parent, a child, somebody that's trying to throw a monkey wrench into things, whether intentionally or subconsciously, just because that's their energy. That's what it represents. But also, he's guided, like in the other spread, of his own choosing, the placement and the cards, to maintain that positive mindset that his dreams are coming true. Because it's the star energy in that sense, too. That the universe is helping him to achieve this freedom. Dreams are coming true. Prayers are being answered. Wishes are being granted. Toward new love. Further advice from the universe, be social. Get out. Because you're not going to find new love if you're in the house. Or if you're turning down the partner, if they're contacting you, if they're reaching out with that communication and you're not being warm and compassionate like the Queen of Earth, for example. So be more social, upbeat, lighthearted, like a Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, youthful, happy, lighthearted, and the outcome. Open relationship for some, which is completely unlike a 3D open relationship. Open relationship, the way I read it, as it relates to divine unions and partnerships, is relationship out in the open. Give them something to talk about. Boom. And now we'll see what goes on in a traditional Queen of Swords spread for the week. Beginning again with Justice, representing the sign of Libra. And again, the planet Venus, ruler of Libra, Taurus, and Gemini as well. Fair decisions, Taurus, where she is right now, that's very important. Fair decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all the sides of a disagreement. That's very Queen of Air, to try to see all the sides of a disagreement. And Eight of Winter, somebody's feeling stuck. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you a greater self-confidence if you first affirm your freedom. So this I think is a very clear message to the masculine. I was saying the universe wanted to send that energy of healing, like the star, to him for his freedom. But he has to first claim it. Believe it to receive it. Then he'll get the justice that he's due. Justice. And the King of Summer, warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful is the King of Summer. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. Again, the King of Summer is a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, someone likened to those traits or attributes. And Opposite justice, this again can represent Mars, ruler of Scorpio, in a very favorable transit with Venus, ruler of Libra, currently in Taurus. Justice and the Chariot. You can successfully balance various opposing energies all at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're reviewing. So I talked about Irving being deservingness, being worthy, having worth, being valuable, being seen as valuable, viewing ourselves as valuable. That's what the Chariot is talking about. This is victory as well. Success in whatever it is we're trying to achieve. Opposite justice, that's what it is. We win. Hashtag winning. Justice. When cut. And this also speaks to earnings. The Three of Autumn. Your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions. Also, your most satisfying relationship. Listening to your heart and doing what brings you joy. So, you want a successful relationship, follow your passions, listen to your heart, and do what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. The Three of Autumn is about abundance earned as opposed to like gifts from the universe or someone doing us a favor, like the Six of Earth perhaps. This, we earned it. Beautiful. The overall energy is the Four of Spring, a Four of Wands. It's time to kick back, relax, and celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, your success in your relationships, and a very happy home life. This can be about commitment, marriage, just something that brings you joy. New home, moving in together, cohabitation, right? All of that. Boom, crowning the masculine. It's the Lovers. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. The Lovers also found its way into the general reading. So that's how strong this energy is this week. And in this deck, it is very specifically about love. True and long-lasting love find its way into your life. Follow your heart. Again, not somebody else's. Freedom from other people's drama and listening to other people's gossip, listening to your heart, not their whispers in your ear. Masculine. Make your own choices. Masculine is surrounded by the Four of Summer. Don't miss the opportunity. This is boredom. This is doubt. This is pessimism. This is, busy looking in the other direction because I don't expect my life to be exciting or, have anything going on in it. And while my head is turned, it passes me by. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way, especially as they relate to love. This thing with Jupiter and Pluto on Saturday, to me, I talked about it in the general, of course, is about positive karma, our good karma, paying off, and the opportunities being presented to us by that combination between Jupiter, the planet of expansion and advancement and karma, some people would say luck, and Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. So letting this old kind of energy go. I used to be like that. Maybe good things used to not find me, or my head used to be turned. I used to miss out, but I'm not doing that anymore. That aspect of me is dead and gone. And here's this new one. I'm reborn with Pluto. It's the two of them together. So it's not only the dreams and stuff that we want and that we've been working toward and that we've filled the karmic bank up with through our experience and actions all our lives, but the opportunity to actually realize them now, in my opinion, comes from the sextile between Jupiter and Pluto on Saturday. In the masculine subconscious, boom, speaking of Jupiter, ruler again of Sagittarius, fire energy, a brand new beginning. Also, I talked about Pluto, and giving us that rebirth, that brand new beginning when they come together. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may come as a surprise, right? Because you don't expect anything freaking good to happen to you. So boom, that's why you got to be paying attention. Open your eyes, because true and real love comes for you. May come as a surprise. But even if it's a surprise, you'll still want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. What did this card say? Investigate opportunities that come your way. That's the same thing as passionately pursue the possibilities, every possibility. Investigate every opportunity. And what did this say? In that same regard, you'll still want to leap into action. Follow your heart with caring action and choices. What is Mars that converges with Venus on Wednesday? The planet of action. This is your task this week, masculine, to not sink into this when you're surrounded by this and this. That's your mission, should you wish to carry it out. Feminine, womp womp. We are crowned by the 5 of autumn. Focusing upon the negative, or worrying about money, or your career, or your past shitty relationships, and there's some healing for it, your fear of abandonment, your daddy issues, your trust issues. Focusing on all that can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at an all-time low right now, it might be best not to start a new relationship yet, but to instead work on upping your esteem and confidence first. And that could be quickly, just because this shows up in your life. If it does, doesn't have to. If it does show up by you, you know to turn it around. And remember that you have Archangel Raphael. Again, if you enjoy and work and believe in working with archangels, you have him. He's still sounding off his sirens to help you in the areas of heart chakra and in healing in general of any area. Surrounding the feminine, awakening, which represents the planet Neptune for me, and Pisces, which it rules. Look at things in a different way, and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. This is the hangman in the traditional tarot. It's an air of suspension, perhaps. And this can be the time that you need to fall back and not take any action while you're feeling low, feminine. While you're feeling devalued and unworthy and unsure and confused and stuck in the past and fantasizing, maybe about something having to do with a party of 3. That's possible. So in the meantime, you're not to act while you feel like this. That could be the temporary halt. Until you're feeling a little bit more picked up, things are not going to move for you. And that's okay. Use that time again to look at things from a different perspective and examine the entire situation that you have going on, and then make different choices as to what do I need to change. Maybe this can be changed by just being social, how the other spread showed us, to have some fun times. In the feminine subconscious, boom, mirroring the masculine's ace of spring is the ace of summer. This is, my friends, Jupiter in Scorpio. This is Mars, the red planet, ruler of Scorpio, may be coming together with Venus. This is Jupiter and Pluto coming together on Saturday. Bam. This is also the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. Crowning the union and crossing this other 3, it's a 3. The World, Major Arcana card number 21. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated life's lessons. And you've done this with grace and courage. The World, for me, is about being eased out of a situation. So that can be the temporary pause in action too, and seem like nothing's happening while you're being taken out of a situation that was not serving you, that did not work for you. Maybe a relationship with a Pisces, that's possible. You're being removed from that so that you can be given a newer and better one. That relationship lacked something. This is the energy of lack. And the universe doesn't want us to have lack. God doesn't want us to have lack. So he's taken us out of that so we can have this new opportunity, similar to the masculine again. Doesn't want us to feel that nothing good ever happens to us and nothing's going to come our way. He wants us to expect great things, expect greatness, because we are great. And so he's removing this energy to replace it with this. At the roots, the Prince of Autumn, trustworthy, dedicated, protective, funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. This also showed up in the general. This is the Knight of Earth, or the Knight of Coins, Pentacles. Trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny is he. He is also a Capricorn, Taurus. Again, where Venus is, this can be Venus herself. Capricorn, where Mars is, this can be Mars disguised as this, or Virgo. Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, currently in retrograde. This can be Virgo too, or anybody with any traits likened to it. Can be an actual person in your life, can be your energy. As a court card, they tend to be actual people. It is somebody that is planning, but always reaches their goal. Somebody that is strategic. They may be slow. That can be the pause in action. Oh, I'm waiting for this Knight of Earth to show up. But he always shows up. Slow and steady wins the race is his theory. The heart of the matter. Boom! The 2 of Spring. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner, and they can assist you in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. A partner. The Lovers. The 2 of Wands, which is the Divine Union card of the Tarot. The quote-unquote twin flame card of the Tarot, and the Ace of Summer. Tick, tack, and toe. Hashtag winning. I win because I win. With the overall energy of the 4 of Spring, that's a win. On that note, I just feel like I don't even need to use these anymore, the Doreen Virtue Romance Oracle, but I still will get some energy, some energy, and some advice from here, beginning with reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life and opening to chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. That can be the sexual energy that we talked about before. Chemistry and codependency. This is what we want to get rid of. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. That can be part of what's associated with the world. Something that we need to leave alone, and the universe is going to help us to leave that alone so that we can instead move here and here and here. That might be what's taking so long. Here. Codependency and heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Communication coming through Mercury again. But codependency still on top. Forgiving and learning just jumped away from the deck and landed in between my thighs. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. That's important this week. Also, let go of control issues. This can all be attached to the codependency. Allow this situation instead to unfold naturally. Only organic. No forcing of anything. Forgiving and learning. I'm going to cut. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. What are the red flags? The Ace of Spring, or Ace of Wands, and the Two of Spring, Two of Wands. Those are the red flags. Overall energy is separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. This can be what the feminine is experiencing now. What this lack or loss is, having separated from someone or being in separation with the divine partner. This can also be what the world is about, separating from someone, breaking the cycle that they've been stuck in. But anytime I have reconciliation and separation in the same spread, which I began with reconciliation, I'm ending with separation, it's a reminder that the separation is non-existent. Also, for the masculine, your advice from this deck on that note is, yes, this is your soulmate. If that wasn't clear already from the Lovers and the Ace of Spring. Feminine, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. From the angels to the masculine, the Four of Water, another one. You guys got two fours of water here, cups, or Four of Cups, Four of Summer, whatever you want to call it. Missing an opportunity, possibilities, masculine. Don't miss out on this opportunity with potentially your soulmate that the Lovers presents to you. Feminine, the Ten of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. So if you're worried about abundance, you're worried about lack, the universe comes through to say not to. For the feminine. From the hashtag creepy deck, young male. I told you that this person that makes the offer of love may very well be a Pisces or someone that is younger than you, or you are younger than them. And I think that that is the energy that's coming through. Also, this is a reminder, masculine, to keep things youthful and lighthearted, not to be, like uptight and too serious like that, and overbearing like the what was it, an older male or adult male that I started with. That guy, he was too much. The one that I said was Capricorn, Scorpio, or Aries, and sort of emperor-like, father-like. Switch to this. Feminine. Control. Cut these strings. Okay, that's fear and ego and feelings of lack and low self-esteem and lack of confidence. All of those are strings that, hold on to us like this. Also, whatever's been keeping us in this old energy, okay, with this thing is that we got to be brought out of with the world that's been holding us back. We want to, cut the strings and not allow them to be regenerated so that we can instead just enjoy our new beginnings. This is attached to the codependency too. From the animal tarot to the masculine, instead of Four of Summer, Six of Summer. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life. Yeah, that's possible. People from your childhood, this is what I talked about with that friendship card, right? People from your childhood may return to it. And by that can be like when you were in your younger days, or in your past period, anything yesterday and back. Somebody could return. And again, that's what the Ace says too, that there are returns from the past. Somebody could return, and maybe there was just a friend before, but we want to make it more now. Or we want to renew our friendship and heal our friendship, repair our friendship so that we can evolve and grow together. We want to realize some dreams that we had back then. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. This is a soulmate card in the tarot. So technically you've got like three over here, masculine. The Six of Summer, soulmate, and the Lovers. Not to mention the Ace of Spring. Hashtag winning. If we were playing real cards and you had all these, I'd say that these were like, all the jokers and the aces. Lastly, feminine for us, from the Animal Tarot, boom, the King of Spring. He is inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now's your moment to step up to a leadership role. Don't look away from the spotlight. Don't back away from the spotlight. Your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. The King of Spring, maybe Jupiter, maybe Mars this week. Is a Leo, perhaps, an Aries, a Sagittarius, the divine masculine himself, right? The King of Spring represents the divine masculine of the tarot. Or this can be your energy, and it's time for you to step up and out onto the world, making your own choices and being confident that you can achieve whatever these dreams are here, disguised as the Hangman. I hope that you guys enjoy this reading and find it helpful. I'll be back with a moon something toward the end of the week. And before that, during the week, beginning probably today, some more of your client readings. Namaste, angels.
My feet won't touch the ground.